So what is self-harm? Can it be defined? If we define it, is it putting it in a box? Where does it start and where does it end?
It's always about the intention of the act. It's a coping mechanism, and one that's often found during very, very distressing points in our lives.
Yeah, it's about kind of seeking the root of a completely different issue, because the issue isn't self-harm itself.
No, that's not the issue, is it? It's like, that's how we cope with underlying issues, like the why underneath it all, almost.
It is completely different for absolutely everybody. There is not one specific person that self-harm falls under the category for.
Someone who goes to the gym three times a day could possibly be seen as, oh, they're just being mega fit.
Super fit and healthy, but,
Yeah.
but no, it's about the intent behind the behaviour. Why are they doing that? Is it to punish? Is it to cope with different feelings? Is it, it's all about that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
But it could also be used as a distraction. So rather than actually focus on the feelings themselves, the self-harm could be their way of actually distracting themselves from very overwhelming feelings, or feelings that we don't even know how to understand or how to process, especially when like some sort of trauma and abuse has taken place that is struggling to be processed. The self-harm is easier to deal with than the actual issue. And then the control part.
yeah.
And I think
That's a huge part, and that control part, because if you've been in a situation, or you've been put in a situation whereby you're completely out of control, it's used to define that moment and ground you.
Yeah, completely, yeah.
And give you that, like you say, give you that power back.
It can almost be like your only consistence in chaos sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like, can be something you rely on because you can control it. And I suppose it leads it back to being like a coping mechanism. That is something that you can use as a tool.
the other one that a lot of people don't tend to think about is the cleansing aspect of self-harm.
Yeah, it's used to rid of any negativity or any like, almost like,
perceive as negative within themselves could be their way of, like their self-harm is their way of getting rid of it and making peace with themselves.
Yeah.
But then obviously, as we know, the cycle starts.
It does. It starts, and it can also appear to be irrational and illogical to people on the outside, kind of looking in, or people that start to notice it, that then you get the other questions, the why we're doing that for, then you get stigma and stereotypes and everything else.
That's because they're focusing on the self-harm as the issue.
Yeah.
not understanding why, what's behind it. Let's look deeper.